Meatballs in curry sauce with rice. That was a classical recipe in my childhood in the 70s. Well, okay, you can even probably say it was in the 80s too. It has gone a bit out of fashion, but I'm sure it'll make a comeback. It's a great dish still, I think. And the only thing you have to do is almost to chop the onion. So do that as finely as possible. Add the eggs. And this is a classical Danish meatball recipe, by the way. Add the milk. And this is some chicken powder I use. And a bit of flour. You can use corn starch or potato starch too, if you don't like gluten. Add the pork or the veal, minced. Mix it well. It has to draw these long threads. A bit of pepper. Now we need to boil them. That was a bit of chicken powder too. You can use some soy sauce or just plain water if you prefer. So I fold them in my hands like this. Make sure the spoon is wet so the meat doesn't stick to the spoon. And just shape it like this. Press and roll, press and roll. It's very simple. And when you got the practice, it's very fast to do. And when they're in one layer, you shouldn't add any more. And wait until they are firm and it starts to float, then they're done. And you just keep doing that until you have used all the force meat. Run it through a sieve to remove all the grits that has separated from the meat. Now we need to burn the curry. Well, not burn it, to roast it. A bit of oil or butter. Just until it smells nice, then we add the flour. There's a little bit too little fat here, so I add a bit more until it becomes liquidy and creamy. That way you can make sure it roasts evenly, and you have to roast it a bit to remove the flour taste. And then we add back the stock we used to boil the meatballs in. And I add just a little bit at a time to make sure that there's no lumps. Then I add the rest and make it boil. Add some cream. It gives a nice rounded taste. And then we add back the meatballs. And it needs to simmer a little bit. Add some salt to taste. And that's a classical Danish recipe from the 70s and 80s. One of my favorites. Perhaps you like it too. Enjoy. And you can find the list of ingredients and the recipe on kvalifood.